When famous tiki artist Dawn Frasier invites you over to her house for a chat, you say yes. On this episode of Tiki with Ray, I sit down with Dawn and we talk about her childhood, growing up in Montana, where she went to school, and how she bought her house in Westwood, Seattle.
There's so much stuff to cover. Really,
And
I
just
think
let
that
it-
we should just have a
and
conversation
just let it go?
and just let it go.
Okay.
And just, if a question comes to you, I will answer it and go from there.
Okay.
Because I think I'm pretty well versed on any subject covering myself.
Is there a name for your house?
Bamboo Grove of Westwood.
Bamboo Grove of Westwood.
The Bamboo Grove of Westwood. The first thing I did when I bought my house was I made a sign for the back fence. Like this big plywood sign. It says Bamboo Grove of Westwood. And I just bolted it to the fence, and it's been there for 14 years. Just because by the time this neighborhood started to happen, I wanted that knowledge to just be established.
Yeah.
Like nobody would question that was the Bamboo Grove of Westwood. That sign's been there forever.
Yeah. No, like Westwood, this is the neighborhood of Westwood.
Yeah.
And this is actually still Seattle, Washington, right?
Yeah. We're inside the city limits.
How long have you been a professional artist? Meaning you are doing this and you are making money doing it.
Oh, well, since high school.
High school.
Yeah.
Now before...
Growing up with art. My first job, right out of high school, I was a billboard painter for
Seriously?
the advertising agency in Helena, Montana.
Where?
In Helena, Montana.
Hell, Montana?
Hell. Yes, hell.
Was it hell?
Helena.
Helena.
Helena. It's the capital city, so that's where I grew up.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What's Montana like? I mean, what did a young Dawn Frasier do in Montana?
Oh my God,
Herd cattle?
chores. I did chores.
Milk the cows?
No, because
What do they do out in Montana? Is that
my parents were Montana hippies.
Were you a cowgirl?
But we were not farm or ranch people. Even though almost everybody I know who is in Montana is a farmer ranch person.
So I'm not off the mark then.
No, that's common.
So you did chores. What kind of chores?
I did chores. Rake gravel in the driveway, peel bark off fence posts, make fires.
So hold on.
Stack firewood.
So let me get. So is this how things were? Your mom and dad are like, well, Dawn, we're not cattle ranchers and we're not farmers. So we got to give you other tasks to do. So go pick that bark and shovel that gravel.
Those were things that needed to be done.
Because they said so.
No, because that's how you live in Montana in the 70s.
You look for things to do.
No, you don't look for things to do. That's like stuff that needs to get done. Like if you live out in the mountains, you have like
What did you say?
a lodge pole.
What did you say? Pick bark off trees? I've lived on this world for 46 years, and I've never had anyone say to me, you know what you need to do, Ray? You need to pick that bark off that tree.
Oh my God! No, I said peel bark off fence posts.
Peel off fence posts.
Because you don't peel the bark off the wood rots. If you peel the bark off, then
no, what do you do?
Yeah, you got a clean pole. It's not gonna rot.
Don, what do you do with the clean pole?
It's already in a fence.
And then that's it. Did you repaint it or anything like that?
No. Why would you paint a wood fence out in the mountains?
I guess so. Well, maybe you can paint one of your little designs with the Space Needle.
To me, that's ridiculous. No, just Montana stuff. My parents were totally do-it-yourself, make it from scratch. That's how I grew up. What I do now is exactly how I grew up. The environment, having your house pulled together and looking good,
Yeah.
and all the furniture and the art everywhere, and it's all done and cozy. That's how I grew up, but with a different style. So
what do you mean? What kind of different style?
My parents had an antique store, so our house was full of antiques.
So you had
real
an
antiques.
antique style.
Yeah.
Was it so eclectic then?
No, not really. Antique is not really eclectic. You could get all your pieces to go together, sort of.
So So what was your house like then?
Pictures. It's a big log lodge right on the Continental Divide.
Really? It was a log lodge.
A log lodge with a fireplace so big you could stand inside of it.
A log lodge.
Yeah. Wow. A log lodge.
Was that the name of your parents' house?
I don't think it has a name.
The log lodge of Westwood.
Log lodge of Westwood. It would be the lodge.
So if you would have kept that motif going, and you would have brought it here, and you would never got into Tiki, you'd be like,
oh my God! Remember that shop, Mort's Cabin? Remember
Yeah.
Mort's Cabin?
Yeah. You never.
Kind of that, but nicer.
Well, hold on. Well, what did your? So that's what your parents did. They were antique dealers.
No.
What did they do?
That was in the 70s. I was pretty little then. My mom was a professional artist.
She was an artist.
Yeah. Yep. My dad does my dad's done a ton of stuff.
Picking bark off posts.
Yeah. But he builds stuff, He had a cabinet shop for a really long time.
So he was like a craftsman. He was a craftsman then.
Yeah, he's a craftsman. My dad's a craftsman. Very good. And an outdoorsman. He's very Montana.
Wow. So it's safe to say that like your parents were definitely an influence on you. Yeah, it isn't like isn't like, as they say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Sometimes it's scary.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's like, oh my God, it's a
everything I notice about myself, I'm like, yep, I got that from my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I do that is because my dad does it all the time.
Yep. I always my test for people is always, where do you keep your paper grocery bags?
I use them for recycling.
Yeah, but don't you store them somewhere? No. Because my mom always kept hers in between the end of the cabinet and the refrigerator.
I know what you mean.
That's where I put mine.
It's as good a place as any, right?
Right. But that was me up.
So I remember when I moved out here, and I remember this was a unique thing to the West Coast, where like everyone has their trash can underneath their sink. Like a lot of people, that's where the trash can is. You underneath the sink, you open up the thing, there's the trash.
Right, because it's hiding.
Yeah, but back in the East,
then you only can have this tiny trash can.
Yeah, no. Back in the East Coast, you just had a trash can. Right there it was.
That's how it is in Montana. It's like out in the open.
We have no
easy access. Bigger.
we have no secrets out here in Montana. We leave our trash out for all to see.
And you go to the dump. There's no trash pickup when you live out in the mountains.
The dump?
You go to the dump.
What's the dump?
The dump?
Just.
Oh my God! You don't know what a dump is?
What's the dump? Where like you just threw garbage in this pile?
You don't know.
Oh, well, hold on. Where was this dump in Montana?
You don't know what a dump is.
Maybe. But what my feeling is like I'm trying to picture a dump in Montana.
Do you know what the transfer station is in Seattle?
Is that code for the dump? Take that garbage out to the dump. I mean transfer station. Transfer station makes it sound like it's important. I know what you mean like we're like
yes, it is a big bit where people just dump their garbage. And then there's like backhoes that push it around. There's seagulls.
I just assume when
there's lots of seagulls and it stinks.
Don, I just assume when I take
you can find really good stuff.
I just assume when I take my bag of garbage out to the dumpster, it just magically disappears. Right?
It does for most people.
Yeah, because I open it up a couple days later and it's gone. I'm like, the trash fairies are gone. Okay, so they've taken my trash to the transfer station.
My trash fairy hates me. He looks at my can and he's like, nah, I'm not taking it this week. And he'll leave me a note saying, I don't like the contents of your can.
Someone says that? Ladies and gentlemen, Dawn Frasier just summed up Seattle in one statement. We have the trash men who will critique your garbage.
Yeah, if you don't throw your stuff away right. Okay, this one really gets me.
What do you mean throw your stuff away right?
Yeah, they won't take it if you don't do it right. Okay, see?
How do you throw things away wrong?
Well, let me tell you.
Dawn, let me tell you this. That's why God invented Walmart. Because you just throw your garbage away in their thing and let them deal with it.
Yeah, but then you have to go to Walmart.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Okay, so Seattle banned
Target.
Plastic bags, right?
Yeah.
You can't get plastic bags anywhere in the city of Seattle.
Yeah, you're right.
So I always use plastic grocery bags to tie my garbage up in.
Yeah.
So now that plastic garbage bags are banned, I just dump the trash right in the can. It's all open and loose and everything.
Yeah.
And my garbage man won't pick it up because it's not in a plastic bag. I'm like, and then I'll get fined for it on my bill. I'll get charged for it. I'm like, are you kidding me? You guys banned plastic bags.
They can give you a fine?
Yeah. So he got mad at me for not putting the contents of my vacuum cleaner bag in a plastic bag.
Well, folks, remember when Dawn said that Seattle was much cooler back when she first moved here?
Yeah.
Here's another clue as to why it isn't anymore.
In the 70s, what we call thrifting was junkin'. And I went junkin'. I went junkin' with my mom. Me and my mom were always junking.
That's what it was called? It was called junking?
Yeah. And the other thing that we did was drive around the mountains of Montana to all the ghost towns and pick through the dumps. So, a lot of things that my dad still has in his house.
Well, what would be in these dumps from the...
Oh, God, amazing, beautiful antiques. So, my parents would... my mom refinished
from
antiques.
From the 20s?
Or from the 1800s.
Wow.
Up behind my grandma's house, we'd find things from the turn of the century, probably through the 20s. Just in dumps, like mining camp dumps. And there'd be like gold mine pits all over the place. And there's a granite quarry up there. And when I was a kid, we used to climb rocks up there all the time. Like, how people do rock climbing and rappelling and shit.
Was that what you used to do?
We were doing that as kids.
You were
just
rappelling on a mountain and stuff?
No, just climbing, granite cliffs.
Safe.
Freehand.
Very safe activity?
In the 70s, nobody was paying attention to what kids were doing. Look, I have all my fingers and toes. I'm still alive.
Were you wearing a helmet?
No. But I have spent hours and countless hours stuck on the cliff face of some big granite thing, afraid to move, because I'm just afraid to move. Hours. My uncle would be like, just put your foot there, just put your foot there, I just move it there, and I'd be like so afraid. I'd be petrified to even move. It's like, oh my God, how did I get myself into this spot?
Is that the reason why you moved out of Montana?
No.
You're like, I am tired. Listen, I am tired of rock climbing granite, going to the dump,
fishing, hiking,
bark
camping, canoeing. Oh my God, another tree and mountain. Boring.
Are you an outdoorsy person?
Yes, I am. Totally outdoorsy.
Like hiking and camping?
Yes. I love that stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. Any kind of... I went all the way through Girl Scouts into search and rescue. Any kind of survivalist thing, that's like regular stuff I grew up knowing how to do. I got major skill sets. I can build a car. I can build a house. I can do all kinds of construction stuff all by myself. And that's just outside my art skills and my education.
Yeah.
I know. I like being self-sufficient because then you don't have to ask somebody to do stuff for you.
No,
chances are they're not going to do it right anyway.
No, in your house, there's a lot of stuff here that you've built.
Yeah.
A lot of, and you have this is, and even the furniture, this is all stuff that you found.
Free. I like free.
Yeah.
Free's my favorite.
That's my favorite price too.
My next favorite is $2. But free, really, I would safely say that 80% of every single thing in my house I got for free because I found it and hauled it home and fixed it.
Wow.
Or I built it. A lot of the stuff I built myself using scavenged building materials. I don't like to spend money on building materials. So it's a challenge to see how far I can go on a build without buying something. Just like keep hunting for the pieces until you get it all together.
Well, you do everything that you do.
Yeah.
Here at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, let's go down the list. You paint.
Paint.
You have your Sophista-Tiki, which is the fabric designs.
Sophista-Tiki is kind of really my alter ego.
Sophista-Tiki. Okay, you explained
that's like my artist name.
Dawn Frasier.
I kind of have two names. Yeah.
Because everyone I know that knows you just knows you as Dawn Frasier.
Yeah, Sophista-Tiki is like my other name. And I've been Sophista-Tiki for a really long time. Since before I was on Tiki Central, I was Sophista-Tiki. So I launched my first Sophista-Tiki line when I worked for Party Partners.
When was that?
Right around 2000. Wow. Early 2000s. Party Partners is still a thing. It still exists.
Yeah.
And last summer, I did some licensing for them. So I am still technically a staff designer. The Tiki stuff that was at Cost Plus last summer. Was that last summer? Yeah, I think it was last summer.
What?
Maybe the summer before. I
What's
can't remember. No, it was last summer. The coasters and matches and napkins. That was Party Partners released my design. So that was cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
That was cool. But it says Dawn Frasier Sophista-Tiki for Party Partners. Right on.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, I use Sophista-Tiki to identify the lines of work that I do. So I do everything from something really easy and inexpensive, like somebody could just get for a party.
Yeah.
The party favorite line. Sophista-Tiki. So funny. Hey, it's only one letter different. And all the way up to the Moodzotica paintings. So those are going to be my most expensive thing, and those are really fine art paintings.
Dawn, explain to the audience what your Moodzotica paintings are.
Moodzotica paintings are all done in phthalo blues and greens.
Yes.
So
beautiful. Beautiful, Dawn.
I like them. I think they're really pretty, and I plan on them improving my painting technique. Like, all my painting techniques are mine. I don't follow anybody else's technique school of how to paint, because in art school I never really wanted to pay attention that closely to technique. It irritated me that I had to, and so I don't know any of that stuff. And where I'm at now with my painting is all techniques I developed myself just by bazillion hours of practice and figuring stuff out on my own.
These paintings.
That's interesting. I wonder if when you do that, that's what's considered self-taught.
Maybe.
Because I have the art education, but I didn't absorb it.
Well, so you did go to school for art then?
Yeah, I have. So I have a pre-computer graphics design degree. The second I graduated was pretty much the very beginning of computer graphics, so I was like immediately obsolete.
Hey gang, this is Tiki with Ray, and I just want to say thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more episodes, click on the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, give it a like. That would mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.